What's going on, guys? Jacob Worth back here with another video of Jacob's Life in Vegas, coming to you guys today from the north end of the Strip area here. Sun isn't quite set yet, hence the shades. It's definitely over 100 degrees right now, and I got the black shirt on, which is probably not helping, but you know what? For the golden nights, baby. So you guys can see not a whole lot going on around here right now. You guys can see Palace Station in the distance over there. Yeah, not a whole lot going on. Business is closed, apartment complex, but we have got a good amount of stuff to talk about today. So guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, okay? There's so much going on in this town, so much going on here on a regular basis, and it does take me a while to sort through all this information and try to bring you guys in a nice compact package, some good info for you so you can make your decisions when you're deciding to come here on vacation to Las Vegas. So let's jump right into this first. For something actually I meant to do in a past update was Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, Shay Mikalonis. A little update on him because I've had some people asking about it. I found an article from a couple weeks ago where his stepdad said Shay has a serious spinal cord injury and is recovering at an out-of-state rehab center. He is encouraged to see Shay communicate with his family. And it says we show him videos and pictures we got from some of the fundraisers. There have been numerous fundraisers for him since, you know, the unfortunate incident where he was shot in the back of the head, and says that's the kind of thing motivates him. So it sounds like he is doing better than when he was obviously first injured. So hopefully things continue to get better for him. A couple other updates around here in the area for you guys. The city of Las Vegas, the arches, well, you can't see them from here. They're just right over there, actually. Just as you go north of the Strat. If you guys follow me on Instagram, which is in the description, you guys saw I posted a video of it the other day as I was driving past. So those are coming along nicely. Those should be done, I guess, in the relatively near future. There's still construction on the road going on in that area. So, you know, one thing about Vegas, seems like there's always construction going on. Also, we have bars still closed. Some people ask about that. I know they want to hear about the bars. Those are still closed for the time being as of making this video. And a lot of you probably heard recently too that the Wynn Buffet has closed also. So they were open for a while, and they closed again based on the feedback they were getting from customers. They're going to be reopening again at some later date. They're going to have to figure that out in the future. But that only leaves us, I think, with 2 buffets open now in all of Las Vegas. Kind of hard to think of that, right? Kind of hard to imagine only 2 buffets open in all of Sin City. Next, here's something that could be big for a lot of you that come here to Vegas, especially if you come here maybe for conventions during convention season. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority Board of Directors approved a deal to acquire the Las Vegas Monorail system for $24.26 million. I believe it was a 12-to-1 vote. The board of directors agreed, and the only one person who voted against it was actually Mayor Carolyn Goodman. She voted against the deal, but obviously got outnumbered in the vote, and now the LVCVA is going to be acquiring the monorail. So here's something that came out I saw recently on Twitter that was interesting, is MGM going after Caesars clientele, their gamblers especially. This was interesting that came out. MGM has this on their website that says, more ways to earn, more ways to experience. It says, do you hold top tier status with another casino loyalty program? M Life Rewards wants to match your status. Live the M Life with more ways to earn and comps and points. That means more free play and more rewards. The higher you go, the faster you earn, all while experiencing the very best with MGM Resorts' incomparable collection of world-class resorts and amenities. So MGM trying to pull customers from Caesars, or really from, you know, anywhere they can. Because I was talking to someone in the casino industry the other day who talked about how Wynn Resorts, when they reopened, that they went after MGM's gamblers to try to pull them over to Wynn. So, you know, it sounds like MGM may have some lost ground to make up for, so they're trying to pull gamblers from other properties and do what they can when it comes to the marketing here. So this seems to be a little bit of a mixture. Some people might be excited to go and give that a try. Others, you know, they're not too big on MGM, or, you know, they don't like the resort fee, or they think Caesars offers them, you know, with total rewards, better deals. And I've seen that in the comments below, people saying they like, you know, M Life better, others say they like total rewards better. So you guys can tell me which one you like better down in the comments. But going forward, MGM is doing what they can to try to pull gamblers from other casinos. Also, coming up here in Las Vegas, actually not in Las Vegas. This is something that could only happen in Nevada, though. It's the only state in America where this could possibly happen, and it happened here. The Mustang Ranch brothel eligible for a pandemic relief grant. When I saw that in the news, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. It says the Mustang Ranch is the only Nevada brothel deemed eligible to apply for a small business grant available to the 8 counties across the state. The 8 counties are Douglas, Elko, Lincoln, Lyon, Nye, Story, Washoe, and White Pine. They all partner with the Nevada Association of Counties to develop a program aimed at helping small businesses affected by the novel virus. Story County was the only one to allow brothels, a bold move considering the small business grants and even loans such as the federal Paycheck Protection Program do not allow adult-oriented businesses to qualify. But here in Nevada, those are legal businesses. It's a perfectly legal and legitimate operation in the rural counties here in Nevada. So that would be interesting to see if that actually happened, because there's no other place in America that is going to happen for a brothel to get a grant money like that. Also, one thing going on here locally in Nevada that, could affect us more on the locals perspective here, but also, it's going to affect locals, also going to affect tourists and vice versa here. When it comes to evictions going on here in Southern Nevada, that's something else that was in the news again with eviction protections, because initially when we shut down, or initially during the whole virus, individuals who are residents that were renting and businesses who were leasing space both got protection. The business protection expired already, and several businesses have been been kicked out of their space. The most famous one being Vicky's Diner here on Las Vegas Boulevard, because they've been there, I think, for 56, 57 years, something like that. Now, the protection for residents who rent has been extended, and now it's been extended again. So what we're looking at right now, there are about 250,000 Clark County residents who were at risk of eviction September 1st. But Governor Sisolak extended the moratorium 45 more days. Now, there's a debate about this, because if you're a landlord, if you're a property owner, if you've put up, your own money, you've taken on the risk of buying real estate and, leasing it out to tenants, you're going quite a while now without getting any kind of income, without getting any kind of rent or being able to collect it. So there are some people, of course, who are very upset. People in the business world are already upset about the shutdown. Obviously, bar owners are upset about the shutdown. And being shut down separately even after reopening, but also people who are investors, people who are trying to, make their money and build wealth through owning assets are not happy about this, because they feel like, just continues to favor renters, and it continues to hurt people who really had to put up a whole bunch of money to try to go ahead and buy these properties. Now, there's a little bit of a difference, though, when it comes to this moratorium, when it comes to evictions, because it's a bit more narrow. It says landlords here can move forward with quote-unquote no-cause evictions and even charge renters late fees, but they can't charge retroactive late fees. They can only charge late fees going back to September 1st. They can't charge late fees before September. So it says if they fail to pay their rent on time. It says those can be filed in cases where a tenant's lease has expired and he or she is now paying the rent on a month-to-month basis. So the question is, could people under a month-to-month tenancy who are unable to pay their rent find themselves facing that type of 30-day no-cause eviction? And the answer is yes. Okay, this article interviewed an attorney here in Las Vegas named Terry Moore at Marquise Auerbach Coughing Law Firm, who said the landlord doesn't need a reason to get their property back. I was like, well, good point. Like, it is their property. They're the ones who purchased the whole thing. So, that sentence right there, he says they don't need a reason to get their property back. He does have a point there. So it's interesting to see now with this moratorium how it is more narrow in its scope. So some people who are renters who've been covered under the eviction protection in the past are not going to be covered under this one. So if you're a business owner, I should say if you're an investor in real estate, then you're probably not happy with some of the things that have taken place so far, because it has obviously hurt you. And now if you're a renter in this situation where you're month to month on your lease right now, you're probably not going to be happy either, because now you're in a spot where you may not be able to pay your rent, but the new eviction protection that Governor Sisolak put in place doesn't protect you like the previous ones did. So it's going to be some interesting times here going forward. It's only 45 more days for that protection. You know, 45 days may seem like a long time, but man, so much can happen here just from week to week in Las Vegas. So, you know, 45 days out, that's a long ways away, and a whole bunch of things can happen between now and then. Businesses could open again, businesses could close again, businesses could voluntarily close again, they could be mandated to close again. I mean, so much could happen between now and then that it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how things progress here in Southern Nevada, what the future holds for us here. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about any of these topics I covered, regardless, whatever the topic is, whether it's Officer Shay, whether it's the eviction protection, whether it's the Wynn Buffet closing, you know, whether it's about the brothel, whatever you want to talk about in the comments section, let me hear about it down below. I appreciate you guys watching this video with me today and hanging out here. So I'm going to put another cool video right over there. Check that one out. I'll see you in that video. I am Jacob. This is My Life in Vegas.